have our ring announcer, Gary Michael Capetta for the start of Super Brawl.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first contest on Super Brawl 2. It is for the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. It is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first the challenger from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 223 pounds, the Lion,
The young kid from Norwood High School in Cincinnati, the former captain of the Miami of Ohio football team, a second-team AP football All-American nose guard. And now let's go back to Gary Capetta and the introduction of the champion.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, he hails from Tokyo, Japan. He weighs 212 pounds, and he is the light heavyweight champion of the world, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Flying Brian won the first WCW Light Heavyweight Championship in October at Halloween Havoc in the tournament finals against Richard Morton. However, he lost the championship to Liger on Christmas night in Atlanta, Georgia's Omni, Jess.
Well, I'm fired up over this, JR, because I'll tell you one thing. I have not had a chance to say Jushin Thunder Liger in the flesh. So I'm loving all of this, and I'm happy to see a light heavyweight division coming back into the world of wrestling.
235 pounds, the maximum an athlete can weigh to be competing in this division. And this will be a very offensive-minded matchup. I talked to Pillman last Sunday on the main event, and Jesse said he was going to try to change his strategy somewhat and perhaps mat wrestle Jushin Liger.
Well, that might work to his advantage because, as we all know, anybody that's been to Japan or had a chance to see Jushin Liger, the man loves aerial stuff, so Pillman might be smart to go down low.
Pillman has a little weight advantage, about 11 pounds here. Great quickness, and they both went for a drop kick. Liger, the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, finished third in his country in high school in amateur wrestling, so he's got a great amateur background.
Well, they both got great amateur backgrounds, and you can see right there Pillman going after the arm. He's got him down on the mat like he said he might try to do, and I think this is his best move against Jushin Thunder Liger, is keep him down on that mat.
I know that new Executive Vice President Kay Allen Fry will soon be traveling to Japan to continue his negotiations with many of the top international stars that we expect to see here in 1992 in WCW.
You know, Liger, when I look at that headgear, he reminds me of the Predator when I had to fight him back in '87.
Flying Brian catching Liger, takes him down. Head scissors by Flying Brian, and the drop kick. Liger on the outside. Pillman now getting some momentum, and both feet right to the face.
Wow. He caught Thunder Liger with a beautiful head scissors, followed it up with a drop kick, put him outside the ring, and then what I considered a bit of a cheap shot, JR. He went through the ropes there with that double mule kick. You know, the man's outside of the ring. You're not supposed to touch him out there.
Theoretically, you're absolutely correct. Fans, the winner of the Super Brawl 2 ring announcer contest is Barry Abrams from Syracuse University, a broadcast journalism major. He will be introducing our next matchup here as Liger, the single leg takedown, now tying up Pillman, and perhaps Liger heard that interview Sunday, had it interpreted because he's doing some mat wrestling.
Well, we're not really sure how good Liger is down on the mat, but he's definitely hooked in the toe hold here. He's got it figure four, putting a lot of pressure on Pillman. You can see Pillman trying to get the arm up under the chin to try to bend Jushin Liger back, and ooh, he got away with one. You know, Pillman's wrestling pretty cheap here.
I think Pillman is certainly determined to regain this light heavyweight championship.
Whoa.
Big time chop right above us here. Fans can hear that one at home, I'm sure. Irish whip to the other side, but this time Liger's too quick for him. Liger up on the top rope, moonsault off. He may have it. 1, 2, and a near fall.
Whoa.
And a drop kick. Liger using his aerial tactics. What will he do here? Liger. It's almost like a head and shoulder fake in basketball.
Wow. I'll tell you what, When Thunder Liger first came to this ring, the fans didn't know how to take him, but he is definitely gaining some major fan support here in Milwaukee.
He's certainly one of the most popular athletes in Japan. Unique move here, submission maneuver applied by Flying Brian, modified version of an abdominal stretch.
Yeah, actually down on the mat and down on one knee. I've never really seen the abdominal stretch applied in that manner before, but obviously effective.
Just one of two athletes like Pillman and Liger that like to generate so much offense through the air. Would it be the situation where maybe the first man to make a major mistake loses? Is that a possibility?
Oh, absolutely. You know, anytime you're using the high-risk maneuvers of going up, anytime your body leaves the mat totally, you run the risk of missing a move, which could subsequently knock you out and cost you the bout. It's very, very dangerous in that position.
Pillman with a head scissor. Liger trying to figure a way out of this one. Just about has his head free, now does.
Uh-oh.
Pillman knows that move very well and quickly went to the ropes for the break. That bow and arrow-like maneuver that Liger likes to use. Good drop toe hold there.
And he's going after it again, and this time I think he's got it. Yep, he's got it now. Pillman better try to keep those arms, and he's oh man. You know, all's fair in love and war, J.R. Ross, but I'll tell you what, right now Brian Pillman is being out-wrestled. He's having to go to the ropes.
Back in the corner again. Referee calling for the break, and Liger buries his shoulder. 3 times on Flying Brian. Irish whips him across and follows him in with a drop kick, and nowhere to go for Pillman but down.
Absolutely, he had to absorb the shock of both the drop kick and the turnbuckle right behind his neck. And look at Jushin Thunder Liger. Tell me that ain't intimidating. Like I said, he reminds me of the Predator.
Pillman got him in a crucifix, pinning predicament, and he got 2 out of it. Very, very close in regaining the championship in that crucifix.
And Pillman again going back to forearms across the shoulder blades.
Great move by Liger. Turned it into a sunset flip. Very uniquely done.
I'll tell you, this guy's everything I thought he would be. The first time I got a glimpse of him was on George Michael's Sports Machine, and I was impressed. Wow.
Wow.
And Pillman caught him. This could be it, Jim Ross.
Belly to back. He's got the leg hooked, and he got 2.5 this time. What a belly to back suplex, and Flying Brian really planted Liger.
Well, Liger hit on the back of his head, which is the dangerous move in that type of suplex maneuver, and Liger's paying the price. Pillman needs to follow it up here.
Pillman with a vicious judo chop on the chest of the champion. And Flying Brian took a big chance there. And the quickness of Liger certainly proving an asset in that situation.
And now he's going after the leg. The leg is hurt. And that's the first rule you learn in wrestling. If you get an extremity hurt, you go after it, you stay on it.
Liger continuing to focus on the leg. It's certainly going to retard Pillman's quickness and his ability to fly with his one leg hurt.
Well, I'll tell you with the punch. Oh, he's going for a figure 4. He's got it hooked right in the middle.
A submission maneuver. The figure 4 leg lock.
And there's no ropes for Brian Pillman to get to here.
Certainly one of the, he's going for the cover, or the pin there, as Pillman has his shoulders on the canvas. The referee's got to count. This is one of the most enduring submission maneuvers in the sport.
Well, there right now is just unbelievable pressure on the knee and the shin bone of Brian Pillman. And look at him.
What a competitive situation. Pillman was so stoic earlier today. Had very little to say to anyone. This youngster has overcome so many obstacles. He had 31 throat operations as a youngster. He knows what challenges are. And this is certainly the biggest challenge of his professional wrestling career right here today.
And he's starting to turn it over now.
That's the counter.
Pillman trying to turn Jushin Liger over and get the reverse on this figure 4.
And they're in the ropes. Referee Mike Atkins will call for the break, but the question here, Jess, is how much damage has been done. He had the figure 4 applied for quite some time.
Well, I'll say this, Pillman won't be doing any 40-yard wind sprints right now.
Certainly a gut check time for the former Cincinnati Bengal.
He come up with 2 good elbows to the midsection of Thunder Liger. And Liger smartly going back to the knee again.
He is well schooled. Very focused. Liger continuing to work on the leg of Flying Bryant. Turns him over and almost into a half Boston Crab there, modified version.
Yep, and he's driving the knee. You see the knee in the small of the back in that lower rib cage area. Putting a lot of pressure on Flying Bryant. You don't want to submit, but sometimes you're given no choice.
Crowd here really getting into it. Well, what a broadcast we have for you. Oh! Spinning martial arts kick. Made famous by Antonio Inoki for the fans that follow Japanese wrestling. And that was a big-time counter by Pillman.
But Pillman's leg is still taken away from him. That's the key. If you can get a leg off him, he can't stand up.
Flying Bryant, what a counter! Countered into the head scissor. And now Eric Pillman. Up and over he went. And now Liger right above us. High risk offense. The moonsault off the top. Moonsault off the top turnbuckle on the Flying Bryant. And Pillman may be counted out.
Unbelievable move by Jushin Thunder Liger.
We talked about him creating offense off the top rope. Widely considered the most prolific aerial wrestler in the world today. And you just saw why.
Well, he just made a believer out of me, Jim Ross.
In WCW, the athletes have a 10 count to return to the ring. Liger now trying to suplex Flying Bryant. Back in, Pillman trying to counter. They're jockeying for position here. Pillman now, and Pillman caught him. He caught him with that clothesline right off the top. And now can Pillman capitalize? Pillman back out on the apron here. Front face lock. What's he gonna do? He suplexes it. Oh my! He suplexed him right outside.
This is the greatest aerial match I've ever seen in my career.
Flying Bryant now on the top turnbuckle, and he dives on Liger. They're putting their own bodies at risk as a moment's tick by in this light heavyweight championship event.
Big chop by Brian Pillman, and they better keep cognizant of the referee's count here.
A count-out victory means that Liger retains the title.
That's why it's always an advantage to be the champ. Oh, he caught his chin on the pipe.
He took a chance. He took a big chance through the air.
And that's a mistake you make sometimes. You know, when you got things going for you, you don't always need a high-risk move.
Liger, Pillman caught him. He caught him right in the jaw with that drop kick. Flying Bryant drop kicks Liger right in the face, Jess. And Liger is in big trouble now.
I don't understand why Pillman didn't go for a cover right there, Jim Ross. I think he made a major mistake. He could quite possibly have gotten a 3 count right there.
Pillman up on top, and again they both go with the drop kicks. What an aerial war.
Pillman made a mistake. He should have gone for the cover when he caught Jushin Liger earlier. You try to win it. You're not out here trying to put in endurance time. There's no point totals in professional wrestling. It's 1, 2, 3.
These are 2 run-and-shoot offenses like in the NFL. They're taking every chance they can, and the stakes are so high in this battle for the WCW World Light Heavyweight title in a match where you're looking at the only 2 men that have ever held that championship.
Now we got a battle of who can get to their feet first.
Both men obviously very groggy here.
You know, I'll tell you, the fans are chanting USA. Oh, power body slam.
Move. He went for the power move.
You know, they're chanting USA, but I think the fans, Jushin Liger, has gained the respect of this Milwaukee crowd. They're yelling USA only because of their patriotism.
And there's certainly nothing wrong with that. Waistlock, reverse, suplex with a bridge, belly to back. He's got, no he doesn't. 2.5, I thought he had it.
And what a great bridge move by Jushin Thunder Liger. That's why you see wrestlers train their neck so much. Why neck workout is so important to a wrestler.
Liger now with Pillman, dazed, perhaps going for either a DDT.
Suplex, he's going for a suplex off the top.
And Pillman counter.
What a beautiful counter move. Now Liger's hurt. Pillman needs to hit this and go for a cover.
Pillman crossbody. Liger's hook, 1, 2, and a. Did he get it?
No.
He
No.
Man, that was 2 3/4. Just a millimeter away.
But remember something, Jim Ross. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's all.
Pillman now must capitalize before Liger can regroup.
He needs to go for some more covers. Try to get the 3 count.
Power bomb. Power bomb. And again. Did he? No, another 2.5. Maybe more. Liger thought he had him with that power bomb. And quite frankly, so did I. Pillman counters. Oh, what a move.
And again a 2 count.
That was a page out of Scott Steiner's playbook, Modified Frankenstein. Knee left, and the Irish whip to the center of the ropes on the far side, and a DDT.
He's close to the rope, though. Yeah, Liger made it to the rope. He had enough sense about him and presence of mind. He was too close to the rope after that DDT. He got the arm out.
Liger at 212, Pillman at 223, and you have to wonder how much more their bodies can sustain of this high-impact punishment. Oh.
Whoa. We may get a double count out now. Both guys missing clotheslines. Both guys going for flying aerial moves, and it looked like they clunked heads right in the center of the ring.
Flying Brian was a special team star for the Bengals. He's used to busting up those wedges on kickoffs, and that's exactly what it looked like there. Pillman again, a little groggy. He's right above us. And Liger takes the ropes, and Pillman comes down very uncomfortably. Again, Liger going for it all. Front face lock. Superplex. Oh!
Whoa.
Sending shockwaves up his spine. That'll be all done. No, it's not. This kid from Cincinnati will not quit.
Liger going to the top now. Again, high-risk maneuver.
Oh, Pillman moved. Liger hit his head on the canvas. Flying Brian using his legs, bridging back, and he got it. He got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and new light heavyweight champion of the world, Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, the first contest of the Great American Bash pay-per-view. It is a quarter-final contest in the NWA Tag Team Tournament, set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1, first from Cincinnati, Ohio, 225 pounds, Flying Brian. His tag team partner from Tokyo, Japan, 215 pounds, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Liger and Pillman making their way to the ring here. 2 former WCW light heavyweight champions in action. And I gotta think they're gonna love the fact that this match contested the NWA rules, Jess, off the top rope, completely legal.
Well, that's going to give a big advantage to Liger and Pillman because both of these competitors like to go off that top rope. NWA, they'll be able to use it. Let's go back to Gary Kopetsky in the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. Introducing first, formerly of Lithuania, now residing in the United States of America. He weighs 120 kilos. Nikita Pillman. His tag team partner from Charlotte, North Carolina, 230 pounds, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who on 5 occasions has held the NWA Tag Team Championship, 4 times with the late Jay Youngblood, 1 time with Paul Jones. Nikita Koloff has been an NWA Tag Champion on 2 occasions. So as far as experience is concerned, I think we have to cast our vote for Koloff and Steamboat using that criteria. But the off-the-top rope offense that can be generated by Pillman and Liger may offset the experience advantage, Jim.
Also, too, you got to look at it. Koloff and Steamboat are going to have a definite weight advantage. You know, they're 2 legitimate heavyweight wrestlers, where Liger and Pillman are light heavyweights. And there you see something rare in today's world of wrestling. Look at that. The 4 combatants shaking hands prior to the contest.
This quarterfinal matchup, the first of 3 quarterfinal matches you will see, has a 1 fall or 30-minute time limit. It will be Flying Brian starting out with powerful Nikita Koloff.
Now, I wouldn't expect Flying Brian's going to want to get down on the mat with Nikita. He's going to want to stay on his feet and do as much stuff as he can on his feet and not get down on that mat with Koloff. He's given up far too much weight.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Both men jockeying for position here in the early going. Pillman with a side headlock. Koloff trying a waist lock. And there you see the strength that Koloff possesses. Could be a big factor in this contest.
Well, that's what Liger and Pillman are going to have to put up with. They're not going to be able to go into the ring and go strength against Nikita Koloff. No way.
Pillman again with the advantage near his corner. Koloff with the forearms to the ribs, a legal maneuver. And Pillman came off with momentum, but the mass of Koloff, his body weight.
Well, there you got the classic example of a heavyweight meeting a light heavyweight. Pillman with all the momentum coming off the rope, but the immovable object standing out there and knocking him down in Nikita Koloff.
Front face lock applied by Flying Brian, and again, Koloff showing his tremendous strength. And we got a little fireworks here. Pillman with a drop kick, caught Koloff in the face. Right here in the corner, a knife edge right in the chest. And Koloff comes out of the corner. Both legs are hooked there. Inverted atomic drop, sending Pillman back to the corner. Koloff backing up. Puts on the brakes, Pillman moved out of the way. He's got a cradle and he got a near fall, got 2 out of it.
Well, he's going to have to work on Nikita Koloff. Here comes Liger off the top.
Pillman and Liger make the exchange. Liger now working on the arm of Nikita Koloff here. Taking the wrist another turn, makes another quick exchange. The Flying Brian, they're already using the top rope. Try to gain an advantage by doing so, and it looks like it's working.
Well, it's a smart move on the part of Pillman and Jushin Liger. Quick tags in and out, keeping fresh. They've got Nikita Koloff cut off in that half of the ring, and they're wearing the big man down, and they're taking away one of his extremities, the arm.
Another quick tag. Here comes Flying Brian back in.
And you know what else that could take away? If they hurt that arm bad enough, it takes away the Russian sickle from him, because he won't be able to use that.
There's the tag. Karate kicks by the high-flying Jushin Thunder Liger, taking Koloff's shoulder to the turnbuckle. And they're keeping Koloff in their half of the ring. Several quick tags here by Pillman and Liger. Interesting strategy here in the early going. Koloff on that vertical base is very deadly. As Jesse the Body Ventura pointed out earlier, Liger's got to figure out another way to get the big man off his feet as he goes to the ropes again. Slides quickly through the legs and a drop kick. Koloff is staggered, and this time he goes down. Liger, that running shoulder block, took Koloff off his feet and makes another quick tag to Flying Brian Pillman.
Well, the drop kick staggered Koloff, got him off balance, lost the center of gravity, and then Jushin was able to hit him with that shoulder block and knock the big man off his feet. And again, smart wrestling. They're back to the arm again. They've got it injured. They're going after it.
Koloff catches Pillman this time, coming off with the elbow, and wisely makes the tag to the popular Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Steamboat, the great drop kick. Caught Pillman in the face there, and he snap-bears Liger from the outside back in. Somewhat uncharacteristic of, was there a tag made? I missed it.
I'm not sure. As far as I know, Pillman's still the legal man in there.
And Liger came right out on his partner.
Referee gonna have to make a decision here. As far as I know, Brian Pillman is still the legal man in the ring. Jushin Thunder Liger is not.
Well, this one is, again, a single elimination tournament. The winner of this contest will advance to the semifinals to meet Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, the new WCW World Tag Team Champions, who will be attempting to make it a sweep in 7 days. Can they gain the World and NWA titles? And we'll find out right here on the Great American Bash as Steamboat uses the arm bar to ground Air Pillman.
Jim Ross will find out in a matter of hours.
Wrist lock by Koloff, or by Steamboat, excuse me. Quick movement in this contest, and Koloff, or excuse me again, Steamboat catching Flying Brian and puts him down with a clothesline, arm drag takedown. Vintage Ricky the Dragon Steamboat controlling the tempo here. He's dictating the pace now that he's in there offensively.
Great combination of moves by the Dragon right there. Finished it off with the arm drag, and now he's got Brian Pillman's arm into an arm bar right there, putting the pressure on him.
Pillman and Liger advanced by beating the team from Canada. Koloff beat the Malenkos. Good counter move there by Flying Brian. Front face lock, but he makes the tag, holding Steamboat in the corner now. Double team offense by this explosive team of light heavyweights. Double drop kick.
Where's the referee?
Referee was putting Flying Brian out. Single leg pickup by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. What exchange this could be offensive between these two. Shoulder block. He got all of it. Can't hook the leg, and Liger able to kick out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steamboat lucked out right there. Had the referee been in proper position, it could have been a 3 count.
Oh, what a slam. Koloff using all that strength to scoop up Liger, who weighed in at 215. Another elbow, and Liger, again, very wisely, Jess, makes a tag.
Well, I don't know if it was by any choice. He caught that elbow and flew into his own corner, and it was more a tag of survival, getting Brian Pillman back in there. And here's a tag now, and the Dragon comes in, and you notice Koloff cutting off the ring now on Pillman.
I think Koloff and Steamboat feel that they have the best chance of winning this match by wrestling a mat wrestling situation. That's exactly what you're seeing here in this.
Well, the unique thing as far as the Koloff-Steamboat combination goes, you're going to have 2 very different styles. Koloff, the power man, he's going to stick down on the mat. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, he can go airborne with these 2 light heavyweights if he wants to.
Going back up to a vertical base, relieving some pressure there. Fire Steamboat off, going the far side, coming right back at you here. And great elevation, and the back body drop. Now can Flying Brian capitalize? Going for the elbow drop, he caught it. He's got the leg hook. He's got 2, and that's it. Oh, I thought he had him there. Another drop kick. Pillman turning up the burner here. Another 2 count. Side headlock takeover. Both teams obviously not wanting to make any major mistakes in the early going.
Well, we got a wrestling match here, plain and simple. Endurance is going to come into play as time wears on. Maybe the 2 light heavyweights will have the advantage. They don't have to push around as much weight as Koloff does. In fact, I'll go on record. I think the longer the match goes, the advantage might go to Liger and Pillman.
Tremendous martial arts kick by Liger. There's a backbreaker. He's going up top. Here it comes. He got the moonsault. He's got it. He'll win it here. No, Steamboat able to kick out. Did Koloff get the foot? I'm not sure. Well, that was close. A gut wrench into a tombstone pile driver position. Can he hit it? Oh, yes, he does. This should be all. And Steamboat again got the left shoulder up.
Well, Liger going heavily on the offense here. He's coming off the rope. Whoa! A somersault, much like Edouard Carpentier of the old days.
Another near fall. Liger really pulling out all the stops here. Steamboat's got a counter, and he did. Great counter move, and more importantly, he makes the tag after the belly-to-back suplex. Great counter wrestling by Steamboat, and great survival instincts. A kick right to the solar plexus by big Nikita Koloff. Drops the elbow into the gut, and another one finds its mark. Koloff coming with a heavy artillery here. A lateral press, a leg is hooked, and he got two.
And Liger's in major trouble now. Koloff weighing in at about 265, 270 pounds, dropping those elbows into the much lighter 215-pound Jushin Thunder Liger. And now a reverse chin lock, and you notice how Koloff is leaning that weight on Liger. Liger's gonna wear out. He better get out of this hold. He better not allow Koloff to put the pressure and the weight on him for too long.
Liger trying to get to his feet. Most prudent thing to do in this position, quite obviously. The elbow to the solar plexus, making a pair of them. And Koloff gets him coming off with a big knee right to the abdomen and tags in Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And now let's see what Steamboat can do with Liger. Liger and Steamboat in trouble their last exchange. Scoops him up, and there's a backbreaker by the Dragon. And Steamboat picks him up, showing great strength by Ricky Steamboat. Another backbreaker. That's two.
There's a third.
Steamboat showing surprising strength here. And now, well, Liger up on his shoulder. What's he gonna do with him here?
Power slam.
Here it comes. He hit it. And Pillman comes in to interrupt the count with a flat of the foot to the head of the Dragon.
Hey, it's a matter of survival. I don't blame Brian Pillman for coming in. Liger would have been pinned right there if not Pillman saving him as his partner. It's teamwork.
Double him offense. And again, Koloff going for the cover. And Liger kicks out. Powerful reverse chin lock. And again, if you notice the position, Koloff making Liger carry some of Koloff's weight.
That's the one thing about Jushin Liger. You can't tell if he's got a pained expression on his face. That is one ugly looking mask, Jim Ross. He looks like the Predator.
Liger now, the referee there to check. See if he still is retaining his consciousness. Koloff, that huge arm really has got it wrapped in tightly, Jess.
Liger looking like he's going to try to bridge out of it. There, Koloff back to the chin lock, putting the weight on him.
Liger able to get up on his feet, reaching for the tag. There you see Flying Brian extending his arm. Pillman ready to make the tag. They're close. And did he make it?
No. No.
It was close. Referee was in perfect position to make the call.
Remember something, though, Jim Ross. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Steamboat on top. Comes off the martial arts. Wraps him up. Both legs are hooked there. Irish whip far side. Oh, Liger put on the brakes. Big kick there. You can hear that one. And makes the tag to Flying Brian. Pillman in with those knife edge. You can hear those tremendous chops, the impact of those. Sends him for the ride. High elevation. And he drop kicks Koloff right off the apron. Tremendous chop by Pillman.
And the Dragon is in major trouble here.
Pillman going for it. Side headlock. So now the advantage. Pillman and Liger have the offensive advantage here. Very interesting contrast in styles in this matchup. Rolls him over, had the leg hook. Steamboat has had his share of problems in recent weeks with Cactus Jack, and of course we know the situation between Ravishing Rick Rude, U.S. title, and Nikita Koloff, but they have put those individual situations out of their mind for this high-stakes tag team matchup. Tag made. Liger off the top of the drop kick. Steamboat is in serious shape right here. Tremendous move by Liger. Couldn't hook the leg and only got one. Martial arts display here, Jess.
Steamboat firing back. There's the tag to Big Nikita.
Liger working on the legs. And now back upstairs. He doesn't want to get caught in that wrist lock. Or the chin lock again. Koloff getting some momentum. Flying shoulder lock. Liger in trouble there.
Koloff using the superior weight and strength advantage on Jushin Thunder Liger as Koloff a good 50 pounds heavier. Whoa! And there's Koloff posing and not paying attention, and Flying Brian comes in and nails him with a drop kick from behind.
Pillman now rams Koloff's head into the turnbuckle. Again, those chops to the chest. Irish whip going left to right. Another drop kick. He got the leg hooked, and Koloff is just so strong. And he caught him in midair there. An assist from Liger. Pillman on top. Referee putting Liger out.
They got Big Nikita reeling out there.
Koloff. Does he see Pillman? He will now. There's Pillman off the top. Flying Brian. Perhaps should have gone for the cover there. He's going for another high-risk move. Right on top. Taking a chance here. Drop
He
kick.
got it.
He got it. That should be all. A drop kick on Steamboat.
It could be over.
He's got-
Upset. Whoa!
2.5. A half a count away from elimination for Koloff and Steamboat here. Reversal of the Irish whip. Koloff rushes him, but Pillman stops it with a foot to the face.
Comes back with a knee to the face.
Maybe trying to go for a sleeper there, get on his back. Finally goes back for it. That's exactly what he was trying to do.
And he's hooked the sleeper. It's going to take a lot to put Koloff out, though.
So many great athletes over the years have used a sleeper. Crimping the carotid artery, restricting the flow of blood to the brain. Koloff needs to make the tag. Steamboat's there, but he couldn't do it.
Not that there's a lot of brain up there to begin with, Ross. Especially in Nikita. Oh!
Well, he was smart enough to think of that counter. He did use his head, indeed, in that maneuver.
The only thing I like about Koloff's is haircut.
Both men near their corner. Both men are addled, and both men need to make the tag, and they do. Steamboat and Liger. Oh, what a kick! He got it! This should be all! The leg is hooked, and Steamboat able to kick out. Man, he will not quit. Dragon set to the far side. He held on. Liger got nothing but air there. Good counter move. Both arms are hooked. And another near fall.
Jushin Liger with that quick backslide right there almost got Ricky the Dragon. Was there a tag? There was now.
Right there at the top. Flying Brian's got the tag. And he's got 2.5. Oh, this one is, I mean, close. Good counter move. Steamboat finally slowing Pillman down, but for how long?
And that's what Steamboat's trying to do, is get into a hold and slow the action down. Great bridge there by the Dragon. Excellent power move to get out of that pinning predicament.
And now Steamboat has the arms hooked. Can he hold Pillman down? A long two. Koloff wants the tag. Oh my, the Steamboat reached out for the tag. Pillman could perhaps feel it. He countered with a tremendous suplex. Both men are down. From my understanding, if both teams are counted out, that both be eliminated. And that would put Williams and Gordy right into the finals.
And that'd be one cheap way to get there.
Pillman again trying to put Steamboat away. Going up top. He'll take a chance here. Oh! Steamboat fell back against the ropes.
And Jushin Liger illegal in the ring. That brings Koloff into the ring. We're going to have all four of them in there now.
Steamboat rolled through. 1, 2. He's got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match advancing in this tournament, the team of Nikita Koloff and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Steamboat and Koloff will advance to the semifinals later tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, live from the Mall of America, is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Tokyo, representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of Japan's most popular wrestlers, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Kicking things off right. So much going on here in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where the big boys play.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Hollywood, California, weighing 236 pounds.
I hope he didn't bring his Ginsu knife with him. That's illegal in this league, isn't it?
Absolutely illegal indeed. And he's got one tough opponent in Flying Brian. Flying Brian, an aerial artist. This should be a classic matchup. These two men have met before in some of the most exciting competition ever witnessed. Jushin Thunder Liger, high-flying aerial attack himself, but let's keep in mind, Bobby the Brain, this man has come off a severe injury. He's only been back in action for about 4 weeks, coming off a broken leg. He was out for almost a year, Bobby.
Well, those high-flying moves he does, he'll break a leg doing that, or a back. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes off one of the escalators here. If he goes up the down escalator, the man's a tremendous athlete. And if you want to stay on the mat and wrestle him, that's fine. If you want to stand toe-to-toe with this man, that's fine. You want to go upstairs? Look at this. Look at the move.
Did you see that cartwheel kick right to the earlobe? He hit him right below the ear, Steve.
That's what I've been talking about. These magnificent athletes with these magnificent moves is why people should be watching the WCW, baby.
It doesn't get any better than this, and let me tell you, we've got a lot of action coming your way, some great surprises, and a whole lot of fun. WCW, where the big boys play, and look at that move. 1, 2.
My goodness.
He can fly. Jushin Thunder Liger, and he looks like he is at the top of his game.
Even Bobby the Stain over there has to be impressed with those kind of moves.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, of course, here with us. So many fans here. A lot of talk around Minneapolis, St. Paul about this tremendous broadcast coming your way. And we've got a whole lot of information for you. We'll be bringing it to you throughout the hour. Brian Pillman now. Defensive move. Head takeover. And he takes Liger down.
Oh, he whipped him from Bloomingdale's to Macy's and back.
Jushin Liger in trouble. He's in the corner. Flying Brian Pillman. Reverse knife hand attacks to the top of the chest. Irish whip, and then a reversal by Jushin Liger.
Oh, man! I hope he don't make him swallow that mask. It might stick in his throat on the way down. Well, he didn't get him good on that move. Not as good as he would have liked to.
Covered by Brian Pillman. 1, 2, and the referee in position. And what a way to kick off the hottest hour of wrestling action anywhere.
Every Monday it'll be like this.
Every Monday coming your way live.
Is Bronco going to be with us every Monday?
I'm sorry? You want to repeat that?
The football, Mr.
Steve McMichael.
McMichael,
yes.
I
he
was,
will be. What? Hold on. 1, 2. Pillman, that was close.
Oh, I was a Chicago Bear over there, Bobby Hernia. Oh, we're going to start this now. Name calling. We're going to resort to that now. Okay.
Ryan Pillman with an Irish whip, then it was reversed by Jushin Liger. Jushin Liger drops down, nice drop to hold takedown. Liger now, and this is something that you would have expected to see out of Pillman. Jushin Thunder Liger going for the reverse surfboard. This is a submission hold. Liger does it better than anybody else in the world. He has got his man right where he wants him. This could be a devastating Ryan Pillman. Pillman in trouble as this crowd erupts.
How will he get out of that move? Give up. That's the best way.
Referee's in position, checking for the submission. And now, Jushin Liger working over Brian Pillman. So much pressure on the back, the lower back. And now he's getting a reverse face lock on, compounding the pressure and the pain.
Bobby, you've got to admit you've never seen better surfing at the beach back when you didn't have that 40 pounds of extra weight around your belt.
I don't surf. I have someone do it for me.
Oh, good one, Bobby. Irish whip. Now Liger on the offense. Another head scissors takeover, and I think that Pillman's having a hard time with that head scissors takeover tonight.
Oh, he hit.
That's a maneuver. Pillman's in trouble. Pillman down on the mat. And and another kick right to the head.
You notice he's still favoring that leg, though. He's not as crisp with those moves as he usually is.
I noticed that when he fell 10 feet to the concrete.
Yeah, hard to tell a guy that just probably about 30 miles an hour hit the concrete that he wasn't very crisp. I don't think I'm going to tell him.
Well, I'll tell him that. There's no trouble with that.
Jushin Liger, one of the many great Japanese athletes that are going to be making their way here to WCW. So much new, exciting competition coming to WCW. Make no mistake about it. This is where the best live. And each and every week you're going to have the chance to see it here on TNT. And Brian Pillman launches an aerial attack of his own.
That's it, kid. That's it, kid. Give it to him. Give it to him the way he wants it.
You're used to sitting on the bench cheering, aren't you? I mean, you like it, don't you? I'm not knocking you, but you know what I mean.
As long as the offense is on the field, I've got no problems with it. Bobby the Stain.
Oh!
Nice cover move by Jushin Liger. Liger using his head. Now both men looking for a tactical advantage here, but it is indeed Jushin Liger off the top rope. And Pillman's in trouble. Pillman is in serious trouble.
He's not getting out of this.
Wow.
You don't get any closer.
Wow. That was about a 2.95.
How many athletes is Bobby going to underestimate tonight, fans? We'll see.
Well, I don't underestimate people. I'm a broadcast journalist. I just call the action.
Oh! And again, we see this out of Pillman. He hooks a leg.
He's got him.
Kick out. We've seen that out of Pillman before, and I'll tell you what, it's very unique. A drop kick, a jump drop kick like that is generally an offensive maneuver. Brian Pillman executing it as a defensive move. Very high risk, but equally effective.
He drop kicked him with his leg shooting up as the man was coming down. Very hard to do.
Hard to do. Timing is critical in that move, and we've got the powerbomb. And Jushin Liger has Pillman one.
He got him. No.
These are some superb athletes, I'm telling you.
And you're going to see a lot more of it later on. You're going to see the Nature Boy Ric Flair and Sting. And as we announced, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan will face Big Bubba in the main event. Oh, gosh! Oh my gosh!
He's out. He's out.
He can't kick out of that.
He
did.
And that's without pads or a helmet, McMichaels.
You would know a lot about that, wouldn't you, Bobby?
I never cared to play football. I'd rather own the team.
I'll tell you what, this is incredible action. Liger hit the deck so hard himself, I thought he was going to knock himself out, but it was Pillman who took the brunt of the force. And now Brian Pillman trying to fight his way off that top turnbuckle. He looks for some offense. Tremendous move by Brian Pillman. What a match. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.
He just DDT'd that man off the second rope, and the man kicked out.
Both of these athletes so equally matched. Their styles complementary.
I think that man's got some pads in that mask.
Standing switch.
He got him.
He's got him. He did.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner,
A tremendous victory. We're flying Brian. A tremendous matchup between two skilled athletes. And here you see Brian Pillman.
There you go.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That's the kind of sportsmanship we all need to see.
Introducing first, from El Paso, Texas, Eddie Guerrero.
The youngster Eddie Guerrero, who last night on Saturday night had his up-close interview, gets his debut here on the main event. We can't wait, Dream.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is something special, as I said. Eddie Guerrero, Jushin, Thunder, Liger, Dean Malenko, great athletes here in WCW. And right now, you're in for a real treat in this match.
All right, there he is.
Let's give a good wrestling match.
I'm sure it's going to be a great wrestling match from Eddie Guerrero. As we go back now to Dave Penzer.
His opponent from Tokyo, Japan, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Jushin Thunder Liger from Japan makes his appearance here on WCW's main event here on TBS. Don't forget, fans, very important, the winner of this matchup will go on to Monday Nitro, live tomorrow night. Well, let me repeat it once again, live from Denver tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time to face the man of 1,000 moves, Dean Malenko.
Boy, you know, we talked about the whole program, too, main event. We have heard the news about Ian Anderson and Nature Boy Ric Flair also on Monday Nitro, live, my friend. And what a matchup we got going here.
The youngster, Eddie Guerrero, second-generation wrestler, as you heard last night. And he is just actually the beginning of the influx of great stars from all points, all around the world, coming into the #1 wrestling organization, not only in the United States, but all around the world, World Championship Wrestling.
I was just getting ready to say it. We see him twist and turn and get out and get in this situation right here. The internationally overtones, if you will, in this match right here. Japan, Mexico, I mean, both guys schooled in international wrestling style. Nice move. Wow, how quick is Thunder Liger.
A leg trip, down went Guerrero for the lateral press, and Liger quickly got out of that.
Oh, man.
These two men know each other quite well.
He shot him off.
Single leg pickup that time, and he drives down the leg, grapevines the legs, and look, Eddie rolls him over, and Liger into a surfboard out of that.
Yeah, well, he got him in a kind of surfboard. He would be drowning if he's in the ocean because his head's too low. Bottom line here, surfboard, if you call it, is that Jushin Thunder is looking for something else, and that is to put pressure on that lower back. And right here, oh, now he's got it right, see. He didn't have it hooked in the right way. Trying to bring him up.
Brings him over with a submission type maneuver, and the question is, can Guerrero hold on or not? Look at this, if you would, fans.
Well,
it's incredible.
Question is, too, is how long can he hold him up right there? Got a good base. Guerrero's in a bad way. Boom, right down on them knees. That hurts. Jerk that neck back. Man.
A new twist on a reverse chin lock right there. Putting the pressure not only on the chin, the neck, the head, but also the lower back, the hamstrings.
But he got out of it. You see that?
He sure did.
He reached back and got him on them big old pointed ears. But straight up there, this guy's got 7 ears.
You know, but
if I was deer hunting, he'd better not run out there. I guarantee you that, but what a rack.
Whips him into the corner. And up on top, Jushin Thunder Liger with a monkey flip out of the corner. Look at the agility, though, of Eddie Guerrero landing on his feet.
Guerrero. Tit for tat, turn him around, Tony.
Yeah, he caught him that time. Right hand to the chest. Oh, slapped him in the face. And Liger rolls him out. Guerrero hits high the ropes. Liger hoists him up. Guerrero flying head. Set him down. Down low. I mean, this is fast and furious. And the tumbling boot took him on the outside.
The what?
The tumbling.
The tumbling. Oh! You talk about a high fly over the top. He caught him there right after the tumbling boot. I tell you, them high-risk maneuvers can really get you out of professional wrestling quick. You know what I'm talking about?
In a minute.
In a minute, brother.
Yes, sir.
I did a few of them, but just enough to get by. But I did a lot of tumbling boots.
Yeah, I know. Just ask Alex Wright about his tumbling boot. Fans, we got to take a quick break. This match will continue coming up next here on the main event. Stay with us. All right, welcome back to the main event as Eddie Guerrero, during the break, has been working on the leg of Jushin Thunder Liger, has him down, has the legs grapevine, and he is pulling and tugging on that knee, Dream.
Well, he sure is. He put a lot of pressure on that situation right here. You see two high flyers now. They're down on the mat. Japan is noted for its mat wrestling, and right here, you know, Guerrero, as he said, has been over there on many occasions, and Jushin Thunder Liger, I think, really needs to get up out of this thing and use some of them aerial tactics.
The winner gets Dean Malenko live tomorrow night in Denver on TNT Monday Nitro, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, along, as we said before, you've heard in this program, Lex Luger and the Macho Man Randy Savage will wrestle for the very first time ever in their career, and if Luger loses, he must leave WCW. Plus, Ric Flair and Arn Anderson, as we said before. That's incredible as well, and Hulk Hogan will be there live tomorrow night in Denver as well. Look at that move by Guerrero. 1, 2,
He bridged right over on top of him to try to get a quick 1, 2, 3 on him right there. Got a 2 count. Going back to that leg now, and that's what he needs to do. Concentrate on that area of the body. Got him broke down. Keep him from flying. That's what he needs to do.
That's right. That's right, what I said. Guerrero hooking onto the leg, and he has done exactly that. He is grapevine the leg, pulling back on the leg now.
That's an inverted step over toe hold.
Thank you. An inverted step over toe hold.
I learned that from the legendary Gordon Silly.
Gordon Sola.
Silly.
The greatest.
Gordon.
Stepping through again.
Well, right here, boy, you know, you talk about them news. We got big news. Talking about Nitro tomorrow night from Denver, Colorado. Whoa! Gonna be live. The Hawks are gonna be there, brother. And that Giant deal ain't sitting too well with him.
He wants to see the Giant face to face. He's going to. Eddie Guerrero wants to be part of it. I don't know, though. He had been working on the leg, but Liger literally kicked the taste right out of his mouth. And there's a backhand chop. And another one. And down he goes.
Yeah, he's getting a little opportunity to get that leg, that circulation, that blood flowing back in that knee and that leg getting back around there. And here he goes. Trying to get him up. Got him blocked. Good wide base right there.
Hooks in over the top, belly to back, and a 2 count that time. Guerrero back into it now. You know, Ric Flair, not only tomorrow night against Arn Anderson on Nitro, he has been looking for a partner. He has asked Sting on numerous occasions. Oh, an elbow. Did last night on Saturday night as well. He still can't find a man to be with him.
Well, I tell you what, you know, he made his bed and he's got to lay in it, you know, looking for a partner. Seems to have no friends, but the opportunity for Arn Anderson to step out in that limelight is on Nitro tomorrow night from Denver, Colorado. Got him.
2 count, not a 3 on a power bomb, and Eddie Guerrero, I think, a little disappointed with that one. He thought it was over, and so did we.
Yeah, he got him quick right there. Got him stretched out, taking too much time with it. But I tell you what, going right back to the situation that got him here, and that's that leg. Pulling on both of them. Jerking, pulling.
The leg, as the Dream pointed out earlier, that has grounded the high flyer, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Well, this is a textbook performance, if you will, by Guerrero. He knew what he had to do, had a great game plan here.
A lot of fight left in that Japanese star. Jushin Thunder Liger, as he reaches for Guerrero, he kicked him right back down.
Well, it's the pressure that he's putting on that thing, boy. He's got that one leg really hooked in there and then really drawing back and pulling on this thing.
And as you notice, Liger, who's been noted to go by the book, went for the hair out of desperation. He desperately wants out of this hold. Guerrero is out of it, but Liger is in major trouble, working on one leg now. Guerrero picks him up again. This time maybe a backslide, possibly. Oh, look at this submission hold.
He's got him submission here. Got him hooked right here.
Has the legs hooked around his quadriceps.
What?
And now has the arms out, grabbing him by the neck. Oh, my goodness, a submission hold like we've never seen before here on WCW.
Well, that is pressured. Oh, right here, got him rolled.
Rolls him up 1, 2, and no siree. Only got a 2.
Well, Liger's moving awful slow. He has broke him down, and that's what he needed to do.
Reversal into the ropes. Liger tries to elevate him. Does. Nicely done. It was a backbreaker. Liger covers one. Where does he get that perseverance?
Well, I'll tell you what, he come back in there and he nailed that backbreaker. Now then, he has turned this whole thing around, and the momentum seems to be in Liger's favor right now as Mr. Guerrero now has suffered some pain, blue agony on that back.
His own powerbomb, 2 and no. Didn't get it. Liger disappointed now as well. He thought it was a 3. Oh, what a match we have. You see how important, how big Nitro is in the wrestling scene worldwide. Each man wants to be there live tomorrow night in Denver.
Well, I'll tell you one man, a great young athlete, Dean Malenko, is watching this thing, brother, because he already has a slot on that Nitro Live from Denver. Tomorrow night, got him hooked.
No, did not get him. Oh, incredible Dream.
Got him with a big drop kick. Here he goes up top. Now, he can't make a mistake right here, Tony.
You're right. He has things, and he made a mistake. He allowed Liger to get up there with the, 2 big high flyers up top. What is going to happen here? Maybe the superplex. That's what it is. And Liger executes to perfection, and now quickly with a cover. 1, 2, no. Eddie Guerrero got out.
Well, I'll tell you what, he had opportunity there. Superplex off the top, both men. What a match we've seen right here, this matchup right here.
One of the finest second generation stars you'll ever find in Eddie Guerrero. And of course, the sensation from Japan, Jushin Thunder Liger, standing switch, reversal, another standing switch, and he just threw him away that time.
Yeah, he didn't really hook him in there good. Gonna roll him over, go for the pin.
Here's a lateral press, and we've got a 2 again. Both men giving it their all here on the main event, wanting to get to Denver live tomorrow night to face Dean Malenko. Also to be in the same arena live with Hulk Hogan's not a bad deal either. To be there as well. There's the knee to the midsection and a pickup, and he dropped him straight down. It was a brain buster.
He's got him now. He needs to go ahead. Well, what he just did, cut him off. Once again, going up high. Now, when he did this a while ago, he made a mistake. He can't afford one right here, Tony.
But the brain buster made sure he's down, and Eddie Guerrero up top. Jackknife, and he's on top of it. 2, 3, and he wins it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Eddie Guerrero.
Sensational. Eddie Guerrero goes on to Nitro live in Denver tomorrow night to face the man who said he wanted to face him, and that was Dean Malenko.
All right, as we prepare our second contest here tonight, Dean Malenko and Jushin Thunder Liger. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Ray the Crippler Stevens, Bobby, in just a few moments. But let's take this opportunity to announce that Otani, the new WCW Cruiserweight Champion, won that title in Japan. And wrestling fans, check your local listings, because on May 18th, that weekend, on Worldwide Wrestling, you will see the debut of the new WCW Cruiserweight Champion. And Otani will defend that title. He is scheduled to defend that title at Slamboree. And there you see Jushin Thunder Liger. He was here in our debut broadcast of WCW Monday Nitro, live from Minneapolis. And he is back again, and this cruiserweight division is going to heat up. It is going to get hot. It'll get hot fast, and you're going to see some exciting high-flying action in this newly established division with a new champion, Otani, at the top of the list.
And there's my good business partner, Sonny Ono at ringside. Very smart Japanese gentleman.
Yeah, he's the equivalent of the United States' Jimmy Hart is about all.
No, he's not. He's more like a Donald Trump. The man puts big deals together. Big businessman.
Colin Neville hook up into a side headlock by Dean Malenko. Head scissors escape by Jushin Thunder Liger. Both men up very quick. And you're going to see a tremendous amount of technical wrestling here. Scientific wrestling, if you will. Drop toe hold, takedown into a front face lock. Sit out and turn into a hammerlock. Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger in control of the action, riding his opponent here in the center of the ring. Ranking on the arm. You are also going to see a tremendous amount of high-flying action as Liger working on the wrist and the elbow. Pressure points in 2 areas here, actually 3. The shoulder, rotator cuff, elbow, and the wrist. Mat kip up and into a reversal. Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holes. Nice reversal here. Kip up, single leg pickup, and a cover. Not even a 1 count.
Well, Eric,
This is, I know, Steve, I know you were looking forward to this matchup, but I want to point out, I just got word, the Macho Man Randy Savage escorted from the building by local law enforcement. Back leg round kick.
Well, you know as well as I do, something has to be done about Savage. It's gone too far.
Wait a minute, the crowd reacting here. The Nature Boy.
no sooner did you say Macho was out of the building than we have an appearance by Ric Flair.
Yeah, something tells me that the Nature Boy Ric Flair was waiting for the Macho Man Randy Savage. Look at this. Tux, he was waiting for the Macho Man.
Well, that'd make a beautiful top on a wedding cake, wouldn't that? Boy, is Flair decked out? Got one of those $5,000 Armani tux on, and look at that.
Oh, did you see that?
Beautiful gowns.
1, 2, and a kick out by Dean Malenko. Wow, the Nature Boy Ric Flair and his entourage, if you will, of women take their seat in the VIP section. Jushin Thunder Liger and Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000.
Oh! He's out.
1, 2, and
Oh, no.
Dean Malenko able to roll the shoulder as the manager, Sonny Ono, complains that, oh, all right, we've got to take a break. We'll be back with more action. Jushin Thunder Liger, Dean Malenko. Oh, 1. No way, no way.
Did they give me a bottle of bubbly or a couple of glasses over here? Some with some straws in those little hats.
Look at this. Welcome back, and we're looking at the Nature Boy Ric Flair, woman, and Miss Elizabeth continuing to spend the Macho Man's money, this time in the VIP section.
And you know what Flair told me? Not only are they spending Macho Man's money on the champagne and the caviar, they popped for the candelabras and everything. Macho Man paid for everything. What a guy, huh?
I hope he can afford bail.
Well, when you're sitting there watching a match like that, you have to call it wrestling. You can't call it wrestling.
Well, Savage is in the back of Adam 12 right now while Flair's out enjoying the champagne.
In the meantime, Dean Malenko taking care of business inside of the ring with Jushin Thunder Liger. And the man of 1,000 holes, Snapmare Takeover, has been controlling the pace of this match for the last 2 or 3 minutes, and now going for a submission, working over the leg.
You know, Orkwood made a statement about Malenko. He says the man's got ice water running through his veins. The man shows no emotion. The man's eyes are just focused on it. Well, it tells me the man's a professional. He's done his homework. He's not in that ring to look cute, look flashy, make friends. He's in there to make the big money and win. That's all. I take my hat off to Dean Malenko.
Without question, the newest, most exciting talent from all over the world coming to WCW. And stay tuned, because throughout the month of May, and particularly in June, things are going to get very interesting indeed in WCW. This is, as they say, where the big boys play.
Do you see what he's doing there, Weasel? He's working on that leg. We talked at the top of this thing about how Jushin Liger likes to fly around. He gets up on the ropes, but when you don't have any legs, baby, there's not very much flying to do.
Well, that's right. He's got the man from Japan there with the horns grounded pretty well. I don't know who to pick for right here that I like as my favorite. Dean Malenko, I like his style, but then again, I'm on the I was
going to say, Sonny Ono pays your bar.
Oh, he doesn't pay anything. I didn't mean take it.
Oh, look at this.
He takes me out for a sushi.
Is that the big business deals he was talking about?
Irish whip reversal inside of the ring. Jump back elbow by Jushin Thunder Liger. Catches Dean Malenko coming off the ropes. 1, 2 count by Jushin Thunder Liger. And this thing has been going back and forth. Oh! Heel kick right to the head.
Right between the eyes.
And now Jushin Thunder Liger setting Malenko up. Malenko in trouble here. He is prone on that top turnbuckle. He is vulnerable.
He's a man of 1,000 holes. Watch Liger.
Drop kick.
He could be in trouble.
And Liger, aerial attack while Malenko is outside of the ring. And Liger catches.
To the floor from the top rope.
That high-risk maneuver put a little ding on the top of his head, too, didn't it?
Bent one of his horns.
Both men took a tremendous impact there, and that's why they call it a high-risk maneuver. Jushin Thunder Liger.
And that's what this cruiserweight's all about.
Oh, look at this. Dean Malenko, 1, 2, and Liger set up there. Did not get him, 1, 2. And this thing has been going back and forth. The man of 1,000 holes has used up about 680 of them here.
This thing could go all night if these guys keep rolling on top of each other.
Irish whip, up and over. Right hand attempt by Malenko, blocked and countered by Liger. Malenko, a couple right hands in the midsection, puts the brakes on Liger. Both men now more concerned about keeping their balance. This could be a disaster for either one of them.
What is he gonna do with him?
Oh, I've never seen it before. Off the top rope, you talk about a gut buster.
He's not going anyplace. Take your time getting up, Toots. You're gonna be there a while.
Talk about a double hernia. That guy's got some holes in his gut right now.
Oh, man, and a counter by Liger, 1, 2.
He got him.
Oh, man, he almost
Did he get him?
No way. He almost had him. I love this action. The WCW Cruiserweight division. You'll see action like this each and every week. Standing switch, go behind. Knee to the midsection. Chicken wing. Oh, he got him. He got him.
He got him is right.
No, this is amazing. The flexibility of these athletes.
Distinctive, almost cheering music for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion of the World, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Cheering?
Yes.
It sounds like some guy drank too much sake trying to play a harp.
I never thought about it that way.
I
bad neither. That sounds pretty good. That's a good explanation of that music. Larry every once in a while comes up with something good.
Just once in a while.
Well, you know, more than once.
You know, Dusty, you have pointed out before that if you look at Jushin Thunder Liger from the head up, sometimes you're thinking of what is it, a 10 or a 16-point buck?
I'm going to tell you what, but I guarantee you he is quicker than a deer. He's quick like a deer. Great move, great matchup coming here with Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero himself, a former title holder in his, I don't want to say native Mexico. He is a Mexican-American, a native of El Paso, Texas. And Eddie Guerrero has taken World Championship Wrestling by storm. One of those wrestlers who just comes in and connects with the fans.
Well, the fans right here in the pro arena are behind him. Like I say, tremendous matchup. Nothing like coming up on pay-per-view. We talking about Bash at the Beach. Hostile takeover, if you will.
Well, I don't think so.
Our guys against their guys. Let's do this thing. If they need any help, I'll be there.
It is Sunday, July 7th from Daytona Beach, Florida. The Bash at the Beach. The Bash at the Beach is always an exciting, sand-filled, lots of surprises, pay-per-view.
You notice they're afraid to come up to me and shoot off their mouth.
That's true. I noticed that.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. Well, this is one time I got to agree with him. I guarantee you, I can't wait for that. Let's go get it.
Yeah, what a
Let's
pro.
do it.
We'll be talking about Bash at the Beach all this hour. And also, coming up next, more Japanese superstars. Kensuke Sasaki, the former U.S. heavyweight champ, along with Masachono, taking on the Steiner brothers. Speaking of pay-per-views, that's a pay-per-view match in and of itself. Guerrero, waist lock, no. He hangs onto the ropes. Up, oh, man. Lands on his feet. Leapfrog. Liger.
Look at all the fancy Dan moves and superhuman efforts of Guerrero. Just got laid to the wayside. Liger somersaulted, came up with that back heel right in the mug of Eddie, and down he goes.
And Liger flips and lands with all that momentum and velocity right onto the chest of Guerrero.
But how many times before have we seen the opportunity for Eddie Guerrero to be put away and nobody puts him away? And when you don't put him away, he can come back and haunt you.
Guerrero with that frog splash off the top rope, and he is just devastating, and Liger doesn't hook either of the legs and doesn't get the 3 count.
Yeah, but right now he looks like a frog that hasn't eaten flies in about a month. Liger's all, where's Sonny Ono now when you want him out here with the checkbook?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, he's got him in a bad way going up top, maybe here for the superplex right off the top. If he can get him, Eddie got him hooked too.
Guerrero's going to find a way to reverse this. Oh, indeed, Dusty, it was the superplex.
Look at Liger, grabbed the back of his head, came over too far. Guerrero's body weight, he cranked himself.
And again, the ladder rope press, and again, just a 2 count. And Liger, he's probably as much as upset with himself as he is frustrated.
If he'd have hit just right and one of them horns stuck into the canvas and he couldn't move, he'd have had him in. I seen that happen with a deer one time.
In the mat?
No, in the tree.
Oh.
I walked up there and shot him while he wasn't moving.
That's what happened to Bambi, huh?
Stop it.
Reverse knife edge chop there by Liger.
Venison from the greatest meat in the world.
The Nature Boy Ric Flair in the main event here at WCW Pro. Running close line. Guerrero is fired up. Nice. And Guerrero goes after Liger. Liger comes to the United States, WCW specifically, with an incredible reputation. From Japan.
Whoa! Whirly backbreaker. Oh, yeah, man. You know something, too, Larry, real quick right here. Might get to 1, 2, 3. But venison has done so much for the people that don't have food. Deer are hunted just like cows and stuff, and I always kid about it, but it's a great cause, I guarantee you. It keeps some underprivileged people eating. There it is.
Oh, 2, that's
no. One of the underprivileged
no
people.
more deer jokes.
Just get a job.
Well, I think you're taking up their slot.
Well, Dusty, you are right. It is difficult to believe that in this land of plenty, there are people who still must live off the land. And it is to those people that we give our honor, and certainly...
I'm only kidding with my legendary partner.
Oh, forget the honor stuff. Right here. Hey, Guerrero just pushed Liger off.
Got him! The frog splash out of nowhere. And that's the trick. Guerrero, tremendous victory. Larry, as you say, a wrestling match is always just 3 seconds from conclusion.
You know, I wonder if Eddie Guerrero here puts jalapenos on his venison, gives him that little extra.
Well, I guess in his own way, Roddy Piper is prepared for the fight of his life. I've never seen him wound up that tight, Mike, today, have you?
Never, and I've been following this man's career from the outset, and Roddy Piper is wound up sitting on ready for Hulk Hogan tonight at Starrcade.
You know something, Mike? And by the time he walks to the ring tonight, he'll be wound up. He'll be wound up tighter than a cheap watch.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else, guys. You know, Hogan is the master of intimidation. Obviously, from what we seen right here, he cannot intimidate Roddy Piper. He will be wound up tighter than a drum. Bottom line, focus your head, get it right, Roddy Piper, because I guarantee the fight you pick is getting ready to transpire right here at Starrcade.
So far, the Ultimo Dragon has won the Cruiserweight Championship, the unifying 9 title. Akira Hokuto, the WCW Women's Championship. And now, Rey Mysterio Jr. will face Jushin Thunder Liger. What an amazing story this Jushin Thunder Liger is, Mike, today.
Well, Tony, you're right. The winner of this match, in my opinion, is on a collision course with, obviously, the Ultimo Dragon, who unified and won the 9-belt bout that opened tonight's Starrcade. And arguably, the 4 men that we've seen tonight are the best in the world today in the cruiserweight ranks.
Jushin Thunder Liger. First time competing here in WCW in a long, long time. I think if you go back even to Starrcade of last year was his last time. But Mike, we talked about this man as you take a look. The people are right here behind Rey Mysterio Jr. What a sensation he is. We're going to handshake. But when you talk about men who really have a story behind them, Jushin Thunder Liger really does. He comes back into the ring here.
Well, Tony, this bout that we're seeing is truly a dream matchup of international scope. 2 men who have revolutionized the sport of professional wrestling. This is their first ever head-to-head meeting. I think if you look at it on paper and break it down, Liger's 6-year experience edge is about the only factor that separates these two in what's a very even matchup.
Yeah, Mysterio Jr. really is a phenomenon, as you said. You know, revolutionizing the sport of wrestling is a big term and a big words that Iron Mike just used. I believe these 2 guys in their own way, personally in their own way, has all done a lot for the sport of wrestling and the cruiserweight division. I go back again, Iron Mike, and ask you the question. Can these guys compete with the heavyweights? I know we already talked about that. I understand their focus right here. But Jushin Thunder Liger is one guy I have seen fight with the big boys. You know what I mean?
I would say this is a similar situation to the Malenko Dragon bout. I think Rey Mysterio should probably focus on that cruiserweight division where Liger does have the opportunity to break on through, has in the past, and competed with the top heavyweights in the world today. You know, the year 1996 was certainly very different for these 2 men. I think it'd have to be termed the high water mark for the 21-year-old Mysterio. He had that 4-month reign as the cruiserweight champion and really made a name for himself in Japan and the United States. 96, though, was maybe one of the toughest years that Jushin Liger has endured in a 13-year career. Back in August, Liger underwent surgery to remove a brain tumor. He's made a remarkable recovery with a return to the ring just over 2 months later.
Wow. I think Rey Mysterio shouldn't even concern himself about the Ultimo Dragon. He's got to concern himself with this man Liger right now, because that's the man who's going to beat him.
That is quite a story. Having a brain tumor removed in August, and here it is right after Christmas, and he is in the ring and looking great. Sending Rey Mysterio, look at the force behind that one.
He rammed him in there, head first. And little Ray went down in a heap.
Back to the attack again. Jushin Thunder Liger has come out here with a purpose. Of course, as far as he's concerned, his country's on a roll here. And Mysterio just battling, trying to get to his feet. Mark Curtis is your referee. Into the ropes, up and down. That hurt. As you can see, Mysterio knocked the wind right out of him that time.
When it comes to revolutionary wrestlers in terms of high-flying moves, these 2 men really were groundbreakers. What Liger first accomplished in the 1980s has honestly been taken to another level by Mysterio in this decade, but he's on the receiving end of that powerbomb.
Yeah, and we see a lot of the same maneuvers in this division, Iron Mike, that we see from the other guys. And I really believe it's who applies it at the right time. I mean, you can use it, but if you get the guy at the right time, being able to put him away is so important. And especially when you're doing all these great moves. They're great moves, but you got to know, I believe, the right time. It's like putting on a figure 4. If it ain't right, you can't get him done. You know what I mean?
I think the other important factor, Dusty, has to be the timing when you can capitalize on a missed high-risk move by your opponent. Those would be the two biggest factors in winning this matchup.
Up he goes. Head scissor takeover. Tremendous maneuver. Now we got Rey Mysterio with a second win. Backflip back in the ring. Both
he was
men
going to
go.
powerbomb him on the floor from the ring.
Here comes Mysterio. Put the brakes on just in time.
Everyone's talking about Rey Mysterio Jr. The kids, the women, the fans, everybody loves this guy. Why? Because he's quick?
That's a good question, Brain.
Yeah, it is a good question. You like a guy because he's quick.
I think they like him because of perseverance.
Yeah, I think because he stood in there for one reason. Let's talk about the 60-man battle royal. He stood in there and fought them all. I mean, when you get somebody with courage that'll stand up to the big guys, Piper standing up to Hogan and this whole mess, then you got somebody that's really likable. But besides that, he's a great athlete.
And this is what we've seen so many times, what we're seeing right now from Mysterio. You think he is near dead, and he bounces right back. The young man, 21 years of age, as Mike told you earlier, just will not give up.
Is he favoring that right leg? Right knee?
Am I wrong here, Mike? Are we seeing Liger a little bit more deliberate than usual?
I think what we've seen with Liger through the years as his career has evolved is a more deliberate style. We talked earlier about making that mistake on the high-risk move, and I think that Liger's very reluctant to be the one that makes that first mistake.
Well, you know, Iron Mike over in Japan, all my friends there, and I'd seen this kid early in his career when I traveled there, and what he went through is phenomenal just for him to be here after the brain tumor and the operation to come back out here and to be here. And that deliberancy might now change his game plan or the way he goes about things, because when you're faced with laying on a bed and don't know whether you're going to be breathing in the morning, you will get a new outlook on life, and that might be what he's doing right here. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's urgency to go ahead and get it done and enjoy it and go on with your life, and that's what he's doing. My hat's off to Jushin Thunder Liger. I guarantee you that.
Well, it certainly was a career-threatening situation for Liger, but he's bounced back, and I think he's really looking forward to making 1997 a big comeback year. Missed that drop kick off the top, did Mysterio.
You know what, Brain? He looked a little heavier to me than the last time we've seen him, too. I'm talking about Liger. Thank you, Brain. Tony,
well,
anyway.
I'm looking at the guy.
Well, you know, I'm trying to be polite here, Stockade, and throw you something over there.
Well, I'm watching this.
Well, does he look heavier to you than...
Yes, he looks heavier than me. He looks heavier than you did a minute ago. How's that?
I think the size very deceptive as far as Liger's concerned. Great tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Liger. And now going to try and get him up in that upside-down surfboard.
What he got. And Mark Curtis is checking, is that a yes or no? His head is going every which way, up and down, side to side.
Yeah, he's got him really.
He's saying no.
Out.
He's saying no, though. Yes,
he's saying yes. What is he? Mark Curtis doing a great job.
Well, look at this.
Not only watching, but listening. And the man did not give up.
Brain, with this added weight really help him in this situation here.
Not laying flat on your back, it won't help you unless you want to throw the man off you.
Well, I think, Dusty, maybe the added weight would help him because we talked earlier about that change in style.
Yes.
Maybe a more deliberate, methodical type offense on the part of Liger.
All right.
Over the top. Released German suplex that time, and it caught him on the back of the head. Amazing recovery again. Backflip. Covers him 1-2, and Liger kicks out.
You know, Tony Ray reminds me of great teams and great games and great athletes. When you got him, you got to reach way down, and you think you got him beat, just like the great Dallas Cowboys. When you think you got him beat, they are able to come back and do tremendous things because they are the champion. If you've been champion before, you got to be beaten. You know what I'm saying? You're turning your head now because...
Over the top, here's a cover. 1, 2,
you didn't answer
2 counts.
Like the great Dallas Cowboys. You didn't answer me.
Well, talking about
I don't know what he's talking about.
I'll make another scenario.
Yeah, okay, please. Through the ropes, up on top. And drop kick down.
Super springboard drop kick by Mysterio on target.
And he's limping. He's favoring that right leg. Pull back, pull back.
We talked earlier about that big Tokyo Dome event on January the 4th. We now understand that match is official. Jushin Liger to challenge Ultimo Dragon for all the championship belts. And the irony of that Cruiserweight title showdown is that the unifying of all the champions from around the world was actually the brainchild of Jushin Liger. It was his idea, his challenge to bring all the belts together back in August when New Japan Wrestling held that tournament, caught him with the drop kick.
Yeah, but agree with me on this or not.
Got a 2 count.
Liger has to look good here tonight. Something positive has to come out of this thing here tonight.
He's wasting a little too much time with Rey Mysterio. With his weight advantage, he should be taking advantage of his size. He should be laying on the man. He should be making him kick out if he can. He should just smothering him. He's got him here, it looks like.
A 2 count, and once again, has to be getting frustrated here. Half crab applied, and there's Mark Curtis checking with Rey Mysterio Jr. Like you said, the first meeting between these two. Sensations in this sport.
They actually were on opposite sides of a tag team match in Japan a few months back, but they were really in the ring for about 30 seconds total, so it was almost just a tease leading up to this first ever dream bout between the two.
Well, who was their partners that did all the battling out there? I'd like to know that. You know, my old partner, the late Hart Richard Murdoch, I know he's watching this thing tonight, and he kind of favored that too. Me out there doing all the work, him getting all the glory.
Oh, is that the way it happened?
I tell you.
Oh boy.
Very effective move by Liger. The dragon screw leg whip, what's that called? Where he almost popped the knee of Rey Mysterio Jr.
What'd you say? With the what? The dragon screw leg
whip.
Yeah, man, I gotta remember that one for later on tonight. What was that, honey? Well, that was the dragon screw leg whip.
And that one was the somersault capo kick in the corner by Mysterio.
I knew that. Hey, you guys want anything? I'll run to the concession stand and pick up some beverages, some popcorn if you want. Maybe I'll get you a side or a leg whip.
Oh, my. Into the corner now. Up on top, look at that maneuver. Flipped him out of the corner. Here comes Mysterio. Spin wheel kick, and that caught him right in the jaw. And staggered him back to the corner. But he's one step ahead. He caught him and put him up on top. How about that? He blocked with his foot. Sends him out to the middle of the ring one more time. For the ride to the left side. Somersault up on top. He is so quick. And kicked him on the floor. Uh-oh. Moonsault! Much like we saw with the Ultimo Dragon earlier.
He took it one step further, going all the way to the top, Tony.
And both men now, as you can see, down. Who can make it back to the ring? We may have a double countout.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was an awesome move there. And I guarantee you, Mysterio is hurting just as bad as Jushin Thunder Liger.
It's Mysterio at an 8 count, back in 9.
He's telling him not to count. He doesn't want to beat the man that way. He wants to beat him in the ring.
That's exactly what happened there. He broke the count, did Mysterio. And Liger very slow to get back to the apron here now.
That took a lot out of Liger. Now Mysterio, what he has to do now, he's got to really turn it up now. He's got to turn up a couple of degrees.
Guillotine leg drop off the top.
Reach down and grab something.
1, 2. He's on the rope. He is on the rope. Mysterio thought he had the win. It was that close.
Now he's got to reach down. Now he's got to give it his all. Time's running out on him.
Waistlock. Almost like a power bomb, setting him down. Mysterio up on top again here.
Liger's hurt.
He really is. Really moving slow here now. Up on top. Whoa. He just rolled out of the way. And now Liger.
He's seen him coming too. Telegraphed that thing just a little bit.
Missed on that springboard backsplash. Now Liger with a diving headbutt.
1, 2. No.
No.
And that shocked Liger. Look at him. He thought it was over. Showboating, thinking it was all over with that time, but that was not the case. Once again, if you take Mysterio lightly, that's what happens. The young man is back up, but he gets chopped back to a neutral corner. Liger sent in. Mysterio up into the apron. Shoulder block. Forearm smash. He is up on the top. Oh, he's down. Oh, he went all the way to the floor.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a blow right there.
It's a nasty spill.
Very dangerous drop from Mysterio, landing all the way on the floor.
Now, Liger. Mysterio. I have no idea what's going to happen here. He missed that one.
Yeah, he landed on his feet though, but Jushin Thunder Liger was right on top of the game plan right there. Come back, caught him on the side of the head, picking him up right now. Big time power bomb.
Boy, it was.
Liger bomb.
All right, 3, America nothing.
Jushin Thunder Liger gets the win, defeats Rey Mysterio Jr. And now next, as we said, for Liger, the Ultimo Dragon, January 4th at Tokyo Dome. Welcome back, everyone, to WCW Monday Nitro, live and running full bore here on TNT. Tony Schiavone, the living legend Larry Zbyszko, match number 2. We are off and running, a lot going on, a lot to talk about. Jushin Thunder Liger makes a Nitro appearance here. And last night, Jushin Thunder Liger, a key matchup against Rey Mysterio Jr. Right on your screen, you see some of the stills. It was a high impact, a high flying match. Both men with a variety of drop kicks, inside out, high risk maneuvers for both men. But it was the power bomb in the end for Jushin Thunder Liger that gave him the big victory last night, Larry.
Jushin Thunder Liger, amazing story of this man, but bottom line, Tony, one of the best cruiserweights in the world, and oh no. I mean, Sonny Ono.
Sonny Ono is coming out, along with the man who now has 9 title belts. And tonight is just wearing 1. And that is the newly won WCW Cruiserweight Championship, the Ultimo Dragon. Last night, let's take a look at what happened last night. You talking about a high-impact cruiserweight match, one of the greatest cruiserweight matches we've ever seen. We thought Malenko had everything going his way. You see the Asai moonsault attempt, and then Malenko attempted a power bomb. It got reversed on him, and the Ultimo Dragon walks away with the championship.
Well, don't remind me I bet on Malenko.
And well, you should have. Malenko was red hot, and don't think for a second that Dean Malenko is not on his way back.
Oh, he will be. I got faith. I think Malenko's great. You know, any day. Oh, forget that speech. Right here, Ultimo Dragon. He isn't waiting. Knows the reputation of Liger, and he nailed him.
The Ultimo Dragon last night unified 9 titles. And the ropes up, and look at that, landing on his feet. Over the top, Liger missing a clothesline. The Ultimo Dragon, they both try to clothesline at the same time here.
These guys are both explosive, both trying to get the offense going their way. Personally, I'm more defensive myself, but right, we'll see what happens.
Backbreaker that time by Jushin Thunder Liger.
See, Liger's got a little bit more experience, and right there it paid off. Caught him, dropped him on the small of the back, popped him in the ribs, and that caught his wrist.
Inverted surfboard here. He's got him up. And Mark Curtis, the referee, checking, and the Ultimo Dragon says no. One of the attributes that we have seen not only with the Cruiserweight champion Malenko and Mysterio, but also the Ultimo Dragon is perseverance, Larry, and I think that's a trait of the entire Cruiserweight division. These Cruiserweights just do not give up.
Well, perseverance can also be synonymous with endurance and 2 count with endurance. Again, cruiserweights are smaller men, so they're going to have a lot more endurance than a 300-pound man.
Got a 2 count and
except for maybe Lex Luger.
Speaking of endurance, and we saw he'll be here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, what Luger accomplished last night, truly the greatest match in the history of his illustrious career.
Oh. I tell you, Liger, you can see the experience shine through. His moves are smooth. He doesn't waste any movement, wasting time here with Sonny Ono. But again, I think the experience of Liger here might just win it for him.
Liger, and we noticed this last night about Liger, how he was a little bit more deliberate than usual. Liger's always been a very quick, as you said, Larry, explosive wrestler. There's a great counter move by the Ultimate Dragon. Sends Liger down with a version of the backbreaker that he saw earlier. And now here he goes. Oh! Head first suicide dive through the ropes.
Kamikaze deluxe right there. Again, when you have no regard for your own bodily well-being, you're a dangerous opponent. Right here, Liger got nailed, but again, you mentioned more deliberate. Again, more deliberate, it's just the experience. Sometimes if you rush in too quick, you'll dive off that diving board. You want to make sure there's water in the pool.
Very good analogy there, Larry.
Thank you very much.
And I think it was brought up last night. We talked about this. Our colleague Mike Tenay brought this up last night about the health condition of Jushin Thunder Liger, about how he's had a brain tumor.
That's a remarkable story.
A remarkable story, it really is. Back in August, underwent surgery. He is okay now. He is back competing in a big match here against Ultimo Dragon. Tried a big splash that time, the foot up to the face.
Again, Liger is so used to the high-risk maneuvers. He was just waiting for the Ultimo Dragon to go for that one. He caught him. This could be the payday. He dumped him.
Dumped him down. 1, 2. No, didn't get him. And that was very, very close. These two men to meet in the Tokyo Dome on the 4th of January this weekend. This little prelude to that. That one, of course, will be for all the gold. And up on top is Liger now.
Boy, for a guy that had a brain tumor, Liger does not even think twice. If he hits his head wrong, he could be back in there.
You're not getting 1, 2, and that was close again. And the Ultimate Dragon pulled out just in the nick of time.
Sonny Ono, you can see him. He's rubbing his brow. This guy's worried. He had a good night last night, but he doesn't look so happy now.
He had a good night last night because he opened up on a hot streak with the Ultimo Dragon winning, with Akira Hokuto winning, but had a little confrontation with Kensuke Sasaki, the husband of Akira Hokuto, who, by the way, is here tonight in competition as well. It's an international night from Japan, from Mexico. They're all here tonight on WCW Monday Nitro. And the Ultimo Dragon knocked off that time, but he goes right back to the point of attack one more time.
Spins over. Boy, he just spins around in midair, laces his neck, brings him down on top of the head, and that's Liger's weak point.
1, 2, 3.
He got him. What a beautiful move. I think Liger might be out. He dumped him on top of his head, Tony. You know that is a vital spot for Liger.
The Ultimo Dragon wins this match. And you talking about a man who is hot in our sport right now, the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, the J Crown Champion, 9 belts around his waist, and he wins again here on WCW Monday Nitro.